Yeah, C-Paul, turn me up real quick, cuz. Yeah. Hey, yo, Jai, let me talk to you real quick, cuz. Turn me out low.
Welcome back to Texas Valley Sports Red Zone. With us today, we have LD Ramos, Dylan Ruiz, Caitlin Gutierrez, and Sonia Lerma. So the reason I brought this monster crew on here today is because we want to talk a little bit about the season opener later tomorrow with women's volleyball and men's volleyball. Guys, tell us a little bit about yourself. LD, what got you into volleyball and what got you starting here with the Titans?
So, I mean, I'm fairly new to the sport. I would say I have a year playing volleyball. I started in June of last year with the co-ed recreational league in Edinburgh. A friend of mine asked if I wanted to join.
Yeah.
I've always liked the sport. I remember growing up, my little sister played in the Boys and Girls Club, and she played a little bit like in middle school, but there was no guys volleyball growing up, so I think my parents asked at the Boys and Girls Club like if there could be a guys team, but they said there couldn't, so that sort of just ended there. And then, I mean, I continued life, you know, went to school, got my career, and then luckily one of my friends invited me to the team, and I just kind of got hooked on playing.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is that volleyball was, I mean, because I remember back in my day too, men couldn't play volleyball. Do you think it's just a stigma or?
It might be. I really don't know why. You know, I couldn't say for certain why. I think it has to do maybe with like the logistics of like how many guys there are playing a sport versus how many girls. So like since there's such an emphasis on men's football, you know, they have the funds for like all of those guys, you know, to be participating in sports. So they sort of dominate the funds, I guess, for like the schools maybe. And since, you know, for women, there is no women's football team, you know, they're able to do other different sports and sort of allocate the funds for that is my guess. But I wouldn't know for certain.
You're probably right. Yeah. Dylan, what got you into volleyball? How long have you been playing?
I've been playing for about 2.5, maybe 3 years. My first year in San Antonio for college, I started working for the rec, and some of my best friends were like, hey, we're joining intramural volleyball. Like, you're the tallest one out of all of us. Do you want to just play with us? And I was like, yeah, I guess. And then we started watching this anime called Haiku.
Okay.
It's a volleyball anime. It's been out for like 10 years maybe.
Yeah.
And we watched that all together, and then we just got like hooked on volleyball.
Oh, wow. I thought I've heard you mention Haiku before. Yeah. That's cool, man. Well, that's very cool. And as far as this Ravens team, what are your expectations for the team? I mean, you guys plan to win it all this year?
Most of us are pretty new and young. I'd say only one of us is over the age of 21, so we're all pretty young. Going up against teams some of them have players that have been playing for 10-plus years.
Yeah.
So that experience gap is there, but, I mean, we're young, we're hungry.
Yeah.
We've played them before, so nothing new.
I'm excited to watch. All right, and what about you, Caitlin? You know, I know you've been doing this for a while also. How long have you been playing volleyball? Tell me about your chemistry with the girls on the team.
Never played volleyball in my life. I mean, really, I just started school years, junior high, high school. I always advanced more than the people I were in the same grade as me.
Okay.
I was always in like the higher division. I never saw myself as like a higher division player though. Like I know I'm okay, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't be like, I'm not cocky at all. If you like see me play, I'll hit the ball and everyone's like, oh my God. And then I'm just there like with like a straight face. I don't even get excited. Like in my mind, I just want to play.
Yeah. What's your position?
I'm an outside hitter. Believe it or not, in high school, I was a middle blocker.
Okay.
I'm 5'4". I don't know. I was skinny. I was jumping. I was young. Now, I don't even, I can't jump. I dislocated 2 knees playing volleyball. Different ones, not at the same time, but.
I witnessed one of those.
A year apart, no.
I'm not going to lie. It looked like you were having a baby in your knee.
It was
coming out like that.
It was pretty horrible, not going to lie. Probably not as bad as the first time. Because the first time it was at Sonic. This time it was like out.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't play with a knee brace anymore. So I play with knee pads, but no knee brace. I don't like it. But I'm an outside hitter now. Defense is like kicking my ass. My team, I like it.
Yeah?
I
How's the
feel-
chemistry with the team?
Right now,
Yeah.
I've gained, I think, two new players.
Okay.
Nah, three new players. I played with them individually, though, like, out of endgame.
Yeah.
But coming this season, I think it's really going to put everything together and like, make things add up better than last season. And I'm kind of happy. Like, I have my own team now because I was always, like, a picked-up player.
Oh,
And it
gotcha.
sucked. Like, I hated it because...
Hoping they picked you.
No, not like, oh, my God, pick me up. No,
Yeah.
like, hey, do you want to play? Yeah, sure. Like, I'll play, whatever. And then it comes down to it, like, the captain of that team was not consistent with her players, or the
Oh.
players were not committed to her team. So it always came down to, like, us being fours or not being a complete team. And it was just not it.
I always remembered an army on your team.
No,
TBH.
not my,
Oh,
no,
Not Endgame.
not
Endgame.
Endgame. No, like,
Wait a minute, you would max out your roster. Hold up.
no, not Endgame. Like teams that I would get picked up on
okay,
before
okay.
I made Endgame, and then Endgame got created, and it was just like I got better players and better, and it was just like
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be mean and like kick people off the team
Yeah.
that I had already said yes to. But this season, I cut a lot. People left, and it happens. You
Yeah.
know, no hard feelings.
Yeah.
It's volleyball.
Well, and then, sometimes you have, for example, too many hitters or too many, whatever. And it's
Yeah.
like, we have to let you go play somewhere else, where you're
Exactly.
going to be useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people take it hard, and in reality, it's just at the end of the day, it's volleyball. And out of this, I have no hard feelings for you. Like, like we're homies. Whatever it is, what it is. You take it however you want. That's on you. But I take care of my girls. My girls take care of me, and
Yeah. Who do you think your biggest challenge is going to be this year?
Good question.
she's kind of white. She has colored eyes. I don't really. I thought we were gonna be best friends after this, but
So this is me coming out.
no. Sonia's team, obviously, for the past two
They're
seasons.
the team to beat, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they're the reason like we want to strive and like they
Yeah.
give us that moment. Like this past season, I think it was probably like the best one we had, and I'm excited, and I know my girls are excited.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know you guys added Ellie. She's a big difference maker.
Yeah, we grabbed her sister too.
Okay.
So if you see Ellie, her sister is like her twin. They like you would think they're the same person.
Wow.
I've only seen Ellie's sister play once though, so
Okay.
she's cool though.
We're going to get to watch her tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I don't know if she's going.
Okay.
But if
But
she
she'll
was,
have a
she
team.
yeah,
Yeah.
like she's like
She'll be on the roster.
she's like one of the girls like a pick me up that I picked her up, and she's like I'm gonna be there, but it's not like I'm gonna be committed 100%, and it's okay because I have girls who need playing
Yeah.
time and stuff.
Cool.
But yeah, Ellie was a big plus for us, and I'm really glad that we grabbed her.
That's really cool. So, okay. Well, thanks, Caitlin, for that input. Sonia, we've heard about you a little bit already on other podcasts, but for those that haven't heard, tell us a little bit about yourself, what got you into volleyball, and tell us about your team this year. Is it going to be different?
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
Been playing for 20 plus years, probably like maybe 25 plus, to be honest. In my family, you're born a female, got to do volleyball.
Yeah.
You have like no choice. That's just what you do.
Yeah.
My whole family plays volleyball. All the women all had scholarships. Their daughters also, like me, my sisters, my cousins. So whoever has, I guess, a child,
Yeah.
boy or girl, volleyball.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel this year, this guy. I feel this year, I'm gonna have, and I know I say this every year, but it's just because I know teams are getting ready or want to beat my team, so I know I need to, make it stronger each time.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah.
So I think like a big part, I would say secret weapons is putting me, Gabby, Didi, Cassandra, Miyamata, Julissa, because we've been playing together for
Yeah.
2-3 years. So now that Cassandra's back, Gabby's back, Mia's back, and I added like a 2, sprinkles on top. I feel it would be a stronger team because we already know each other. We already know the sets. We already know the plays. So last year we didn't really have that because we were very absent. Like I had stuff to do. I think I was only there 4 games. But even though I won't be there tomorrow, but I already made everyone's lineup. Hey, this is who's playing.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. And well, Dee is like co-captain. So she takes the reins of what's going on. So I feel like this year will be my best team.
Cool.
But I know I say that every year, but I really
Yeah.
do feel like this one's going to be like my favorite.
We are yet to see. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be awesome. Guys, I know on the women's side, right, we already know that the team to beat, right, are the Black Widows because, I mean, for the last 3 seasons, even though you've gone different names.
I know.
Can I ask why?
Why Black Widows?
No, not
Or-
Black Widows. Like, why? Like, do you just change them because you just want different names and different jerseys?
Well, honestly,
Sponsors.
if you all know Jessica Benavides.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we'll just cut it there.
Can we cut it?
We're just going to cut there. Not my
Wait,
favorite person.
We need a backstory.
Yeah. Let's go with some context here. So Jessica at one point put a team together, right? She called on Sonia, I believe, and then Sonia helped bring some people onto the team.
I'm a good recruiter.
And they were known as a Storm at that time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then go ahead, take it away.
Okay, so from Storm, because it was her team, me and Julissa, 76 Bar sponsored us, so we're like, oh, we'll be 76ers. But it was mainly Julissa's team, to be honest, I felt. But Jessica tried to still take the reins of the team. But for me, I said, hey, she kind of sponsored everybody. So what she says should go.
You're talking about
And-
Julissa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Julissa. And also, like, she was kind of pulling money under the table, and we thought that wasn't cool. And we didn't know that till after season.
Is this when she was like renting the gym and
Well,
like
no,
charging
not
everybody?
that. It was
You guys
like-
remember that?
Yeah.
No,
I
it's because,
remember
like,
that.
I raised money for the team. I sponsored the team, but Julissa also sponsored the team. But we didn't know we sponsored the team. Like,
Okay.
she basically said, like, oh, Julissa just paid for her jersey. So, like, you sponsored. And she told her that about me and my sisters. So when season was over, we found out that I paid $750, she paid $750. So we're like, where did the money go? So then after we found out, we were just like, that wasn't cool. See you later.
Oh, a lot of backstory there. A lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
So she's like
So
money
they're-
hungry.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it, but I said it.
Just kids to feed.
So there became a transition into Julissa now owning the team or having the team
Yeah,
later.
76ers, and then we
Okay.
went to Unicorns. I don't know where the hell that came from.
Where?
Oh, from Julissa
Yeah.
again. So I was like, no, this is my team now. This is Black Widows.
Okay, so that's why the change, right? So we already know. Okay, on the women's side, the Black Widows team, that's the team that is undefeated. So they're called the team to beat, right? For the men's side, what do you guys think? Who do you think is going to be the team to beat?
Oh, I want to hear this.
Honestly, I think Angel's team is the team to beat. Just 'cause,
Aztecas.
yeah, Aztecas. Just because like some other players have been playing for 10 plus years.
Okay.
They regularly complete in like NAGBA, USAV, and just like national tournaments.
Okay.
And this last weekend, 2 weekends ago, they placed 5th out of 66. A
Damn.
group of their players. So
wait, this past weekend?
either this weekend or the weekend before.
Okay, because they got disqualified actually
Oh.
this past weekend.
Ooh,
Okay.
all the
So-
tea.
Ah,
I'm just sipping tea right now.
I'm over here like,
A USAV?
what?
Yeah, the NAGBA?
Navga, yeah.
Yeah, they got disqualified.
They went.
May we ask why?
Was it in Dallas?
Yes, I could
Is
tell
that
you.
the one in
Was it-
Dallas?
was the
or-
one
Yes,
in
that's the
Dallas?
one in Dallas.
Oh.
Why-
So backstory, it's because I also help recruit for their team too, because like I know people from Mexico and like I'm friends with a lot of people. So I gave him a middle blocker because he's like a brother to me, and he had told me today actually, because I asked him like, hey, I heard y'all did good on Instagram, like congrats, and he's like, what do you mean congrats? And I said, yeah, like, didn't you do good? He's like, yeah, we went to the finals and everything, but we got disqualified. And I said, why? And he's like, that he didn't know at the time, but they put his name under someone else's name, and that another player was under someone else's name, like different names.
Oh,
so they had asked for ID, and, well, obviously didn't match
Didn't
with
match.
the roster.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they got disqualified.
Damn.
But
Wow.
they did good.
I was like, yeah, from their Instagram stories, they were killing it over there.
Wow.
But
Wow.
No one
even
told me
besides
that.
that,
Yeah,
just
right?
Will we be
Unbelievable.
checking IDs
Yes.
tomorrow?
we'll be checking IDs tomorrow.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Mine's expired.
I think
Yeah.
the volleyball community is a small enough and close enough family, or I should say close enough family. It's getting big. That I think everybody knows each other really well. Like you're gonna notice if
I'm
someone
gonna protest somebody
was-
tomorrow
Ooh.
for fun.
Ooh.
Honestly, I don't even know
just
who
to be
we're
a
playing.
jerk. Who's that girl? Sonia.
I know she's spilling everyone's tea.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for your honesty.
I have a question from what he said. So, do you think Gamecocks is the other one, right? The Brownsville team?
Yes,
Yeah.
they're Gamecocks.
Do you think who would you do better against, like, in your opinion?
I've never seen them play both together. So, like, I've seen half of Gamecocks. We scrimmaged against half of Gamecocks and half of Aztecas together. But I've never seen them play, like, with their full official team.
Full squad, yeah.
I feel like
Yeah,
since
same
I'm
here.
fairly new to the scene, you know, like I said, I have a year playing. So I haven't really seen a lot of these people play overall. I've seen them play a lot separately, like with other teams at other random tournaments or like the McAllen Co-ed League. But I haven't seen them play as just guys all together, so it'll be interesting to see.
That will be interesting because a lot of times you feel like you measure up somebody sometimes, but they play different when they're actually with their squad too. That's another thing.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta see chemistry is a huge factor in how teams play sometimes.
And I think they both have like really good players. I mean, I've seen them all play, but like I said, I've seen them all play kind of like separately or like half and half or a mix, but never all together. I mean, I love playing, so as long as I'm getting to play, like I'm happy. And I mean,
You're
I
kind
love
of
to win
good.
also. I'm super competitive as well. You know, that's just been my personality since, I mean, I'm a terrible person to do like a game night with because I'm just that competitive person.
Yeah.
And I was sort of known like in my family to be that competitive person as well. And, you know, I have a little bit of time playing, but, you know, I wanted to get better like really fast. So I started going to actually to Premier, which I think is like a volleyball club here in McAllen.
No comment.
And
I want
mean,
all the comments after this.
no
after
comments
this
or anything
conversation.
on any of it, but it's just like that's how much I liked playing was, and I wanted to get better. That I was training with like the young girls, you know, like I just was going by myself. I saw on Facebook, like I started looking for volleyball clubs.
Yeah.
I saw what could be done, you know, when I first started playing and how people could play. So I started just started looking for resources, I guess, on like how to play. So I was training with like 13 and 14-year-old girls, and like here I am, a 30-year-old, you know, 6-foot man, you know, amongst all these little girls. But I mean, that's what it sort of took, you know, because I wanted to get better faster. And I mean, open gym is a lot of fun, but I feel like fundamentally, I guess I needed to sort of learn
Yeah.
Yeah.
how to play
'cause
better.
I feel like open gym is fun, and you do get like the guys hitting at you, like from being a girl, and like you know, like you get better, but also
that's
it's
what you mean.
no,
Sorry.
like also what?
It sounded like the guys hitting on you, and I was like,
No, like the guys hit the ball
yeah.
at you.
Hitting at you.
Yeah,
Got you.
Not hitting on
at,
me.
no,
Got
hitting
you.
at me.
That
And-
too, right? I know.
Like, but also both.
No, but okay. Anyways, where were we at? It's different. It's not like correct. Like it's not real volleyball.
Yeah.
If I can, it's like they don't know exactly what they're doing, but they know we're not gonna say anything because it's open gym. You know, like
Yeah.
who's gonna be like, oh my god, that was a kid. You know, like
Right.
no, like.
Yeah.
A net, okay, you touched the net, whatever. But no one's gonna be like, oh, double, and then like stop the play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
technically, they don't do technicalities. Like they go just to get the point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
and
it's-
that's so the whole concept of when I did TVS volleyball, a lot of people were like, do co-ed, do co-ed, do co-ed, and I've never done co-ed,
Yeah.
and I do it for a reason, right? Because eventually we could do it, but I didn't want to start that way because that's what every other league does, basically. I wanted to say, hey, look, let's make it feel like you're back in high school where you're playing competitively, woman against woman, right? And then the same thing for the men. The men, you don't got to hold back no more. You don't got to worry about hitting a girl in the face too hard or anything.
Yeah.
You're gonna go at it now.
Starts crying.
That starts crying.
They can handle it, I'm sure.
Dude, I've gotten hit by what's his name? Dovad in the face, hard at open gym, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh my god. And he's like, oh my god, you okay? I was like, get away from him because I'm punching the face. Like, get away.
I went up to block in the tournament, and I think it was Houston, and some huge guy like came at the ball and it just like bounced right off of my face as I was jumping to block. But I mean, the
Like-
ball didn't touch the floor.
No,
so
like
they were
in the
able to save
moment,
it.
but like in the moment, like it doesn't hurt. You know, you're just like, oh my god, what the
Yeah.
fuck just happened? Sorry, sorry, God.
No, you're good. You're good.
One of my closest friends, we play at UTRGV all the time.
Yeah.
And I think there was like a month that we played together. That at least once a week, I managed to hit her in the face.
Jeez.
So
And
it
now
was
we-
purposely.
She says it was purposeful, and I was
You're
like,
that's 4 times.
She was like, that's. And then at one point, I hit her like within 5 minutes apart, and I was like,
Wow.
I don't know what you want me to say. Like, I can apologize all I want.
Did you give her that stare like after you hit her like,
Did you ever not think like, let me just play on her side of the net so I don't hit her in the face?
No, it's because
let me hit another girl?
It's because she's like that. She wants to get hit at.
On the face.
Okay.
No, not on the face, but and then at one point I hit it hard enough to where like it hit her straight in the face. Her glasses flew off and both of her AirPods flew off in different
Jesus
directions.
Christ, dude.
And I was just like, I'm so sorry. And
You're a
she was,
savage, bro.
And she was like, no, it's okay. Like you can do it again. And I'm like,
What?
I was like, why would you say that? I was
Wow.
like, I don't want to hurt you, but like,
I don't feel bad for you hitting her in the face 4 times then.
So another reason. So there's another perspective, guys. You got to think about the fans too, right? Who are your fans? Sometimes it's your dad out there. Imagine your dad. I know how I would react if a dude hit my girl in the face. You know, it's not nice. It's 4 times, like
Glasses,
we'd have
AirPods,
an issue.
everything.
Yeah. So yeah, that's another reason why I don't like co-ed. But you know, if the demand is high enough, we'll eventually go co-ed. Sometimes.
It's weird because, to be honest, I
Yeah.
hate co-ed.
I don't like
Never
it
liked
either.
it. I don't like to go to open gyms. I'll only go if I'm begged, like, please just come. And if I'm free, like, I'll go. But it's very, very rare. But I just feel for a woman, I don't see any benefits of it. And this is me personally, just because the net is higher. It
Yeah.
changes your arm swing. It just changes your speed. Men should... co-ed is fun, but I think men should play with men and women should play with women. Nothing
Competitively,
about
yeah.
competitively, like nothing
If
wrong
it's for
about
fun,
for
right?
fun,
Yeah.
yeah. But when it comes to competition, like when I play in co-ed, which I hate doing, as I said, like I'll only go if if I feel fine. I guess I owe this person a favor or whatever.
Yeah.
But I always feel worthless, and whenever I play with women, I never feel that. I always feel like an alpha. So I wouldn't say it hurts, but it does hurt my pride when it's like, man, I can't do anything. I could only dig and serve and maybe set, right?
Yeah.
But
Can't play your full potential. Really.
exactly,
Yeah.
and I just feel it holds us back.
I hear you.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Today we had a co-ed tournament, or the tournament that we threw,
Yeah.
and I wanted my women's team. And I was like, I'm putting in my women's team, like I'm sponsoring it, I don't care, whatever, right? And they're just like, okay, that's fine. But it was women's net. So the guys on the other team were hitting, like,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, no,
And
yeah.
we were picking up, right? Don't get me wrong, but it was one team, it was just hard, you know? Like, I'm not gonna, it was hard. And we picked up Ivan, Ruth's husband. I don't know if you guys know Ivan, whatever you want. But we picked him up and he wanted to set, but it's totally different playing, like getting picked up by guys and you wanting to play co-ed because one,
Yeah.
I never used to be a setter, and now if I'm playing with guys, I'm a setter. That's what I am.
Yeah.
That's all you play.
It's like that's all you can play.
yeah,
right?
like they'll be like, no, go outside. I was like, for what? I'm not gonna touch the ball. I'm not gonna go
Yeah.
outside.
And Chuck, if you're listening, because he's also playing in this league, like anytime I serve to him, he'll always be like, easy. I'm like, bro, I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Calm down. Like, say
Yeah.
that to a man.
Like, don't be happy that you're like.
Yeah, so
you-
y'all
yeah.
better beat his team. at least.
Who
team
is
is that?
Chuck?
I don't know. Like, Chuck. Oh, man.
Chuck.
Chad.
Chad.
or Chad.
Oh my
I was
God.
I don't
Oh,
know what that's
Chad.
what you
LSA.
get.
Chad.
Yeah, Chad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's end game, isn't he?
He's
Yeah,
actually
he's end
in game for men.
Oh, beat that team, please. I know, I always call him Chuck, but I used to do it just to get him mad, but
Yeah.
now it just stuck. But
Yeah.
Chad, sorry, Chad. Not sorry.
But back to Sonia's question about like
Yeah.
Oh, that was a question.
what was it? It was it was
Brain
Gamecocks
fart.
versus Aztecas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest thing that's gonna like propel someone in this league is their ability to play defense, just because like how hard we're gonna be hitting the ball.
Yeah.
And I think those two teams respectively have the best defense all around,
Mm.
with both of their liberos being Angel and Kike. They're both just monsters on defense.
Yeah.
They pick up everything no matter how hard you hit it. And they're just always perfectly positioned to get the best ball up. So I think when it comes to that, like my team specifically, like we're great on offense, but the second it comes to defense, we're struggling. So I think that's where like having a team of great hitters is awesome, but it's also a double-edged sword, because if you don't have any defense,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to like take away points as much as you're getting them.
Yeah. There's this saying, right? Offense wins games, but defense wins championships.
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe it. And this season, I feel like I gained defense.
Defense.
I gained defense because I got the height last season.
Yeah.
Adding Ellie, keeping Mel, adding Ruth. Ruth was out, injured. I was like, damn. The next tallest person that's going to go middle is me.
Yeah.
And I did not go middle. I was like, fuck that.
I strongly feel that this season, for the woman especially, is going to be the most competitive season.
I've heard that. Avalo said that too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because look,
Ceci's team came back.
Ceci's team's coming back, and Jackie Olvera teamed up with her.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have the new Assassins teams, which I don't know what the heck they're going to bring, but you already know Esmer's coming.
I've scrimmaged
Vanessa.
them.
Yeah.
I've scrimmaged them. Nothing bad to say.
Mm-hmm.
But
My-
it's nothing you haven't seen.
Yeah, like I've
You're
played.
like, but also nothing good.
Well, no.
Oh, damn, shots
No,
fired.
no, it's because I was at a barbecue and like I was telling my best friend, like, dude, if they ask this question, like, I'm gonna say it, and she's like, no, that's so rude, and this, and I was like, dude,
Hey,
I'm gonna
you
say it.
White claw her.
So-
White claw her.
Nana, this is for you.
Another sip.
Sponsored by White
No,
Claw.
and it's no disrespect to like no team. Like I'm not talking bad about anybody. Like, but
Okay.
and it was one scrimmage. Like I could be wrong saying it. I've seen these girls play individually, you know, like on different teams. Like, and as a player, like I watch players and I learn from them and I take a little bit of something from them every time I see them. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, I've seen the girls that Vanna and Esmer have individually badass players.
Yeah.
Amazing hitting, amazing defense. The blocks are there. The sets. Vanna's amazing setter.
Yeah.
And then you see them all like come together and you would think like, damn, that's gonna be a badass team. It was not what I expected. Like I saw them on the court and I was telling my girls like, guys, it's fine. We have chemistry, we're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then earlier when you said that chemistry stuff, it's true.
Yeah.
If you can have the best blocker, the best hitter, the best setter, like everything perfect.
Yeah.
But if the chemistry's not there,
Yeah.
your team is
You
shit.
got to know how to play together.
Your team is shit
Yeah.
because one, people are gonna be getting mad. People are gonna be wanting the ball to go to them all the time. People are not gonna know who like. You need to know your player next to you to know, hey, I'm gonna get the ball, and if I don't, I know this person is. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like you need to know your people,
Absolutely.
and that's what I feel they lacked. You know, communication dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm just saying it.
I
as
haven't
the
seen 'em yet.
First time that I
Yeah.
scrimmaged them.
I haven't seen them yet, so I'm looking for. What is it? Their first game's against the Black Widows, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be
11
something to watch.
And I think they play us tomorrow.
Okay, they play you also.
after the Hawks. I
Okay.
think they got the short end of the stick this season
Well,
for the first game.
for the first for the first
Like,
game.
for
Yeah.
the first game, because I mean,
Back to back, yeah, that's
first
That's rough.
place.
tough.
That's rough.
First
You know,
place.
the random schedule. Teams have fallen victim to that random schedule sometimes.
Me last season, and I'm gonna be blunt
Yep,
about it.
Yep, yep. You have.
Yeah, and I'll say it again for the Cavs.
Yeah. But not this year, right? This year, I think you feel pretty good about the
Why I
schedule.
said it before we even started rolling. I was like, you did amazing with the schedule this season. Like everyone's playing everyone twice.
yeah.
God's on my back.
Well, no, we play the Jokers once, and we play the Ballbusters
Once.
once, and
Yeah.
then we play everyone else twice.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're okay with that. No
Yeah.
complaints. But
I was like,
Yeah, there are a couple of
Wait,
teams that
wait,
only
wait,
play the
wait.
Black Widows once.
scratch that.
It just so happened that the Jokers and the Ballbusters lucked out, and they play you guys once.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't think anybody can complain about that, though. You know,
I'm complaining.
Yeah. So look,
gonna
again,
protest.
On the record.
we have Black Widows, we have Assassins, we have Endgame, we have
Chaos.
the Hawks and Chaos too. I don't know what to expect from Chaos.
Me neither.
I don't know.
Chaos.
Who's
What-
Chaos?
That's what you can expect.
Chaos is Kaylee.
Chaos.
Kaylee, I believe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kaylee. Now, the Jokers, I'm actually
And Texas Lightning.
Lightning. That's right. Cecilia's team.
Scrimmage them too.
Yeah, and the Jokers, they picked up 2 girls, and I'll tell you something about the Jokers. The Jokers, every year, they do get better. Because I do remember when the first year they were in here, you know, it was hard to watch, but they kept getting better and better, and now they're playing a whole lot better. Ballbusters, you know, I don't know what to expect either, but we'll see.
I feel like, and someone told me this, and I don't remember who or when, and it was recently, and they mentioned like there's so many players, so many good players, and then like individual good players, and they just don't find the right team. And he's like, you guys want to beat Sonia's team so bad. It was
Wait,
Avalos. It was Avalos.
Why is he always stirring up shit?
He was like, I remember because we were drinking at Applebee's, Trapplebee's.
Yeah.
And he was like, you guys all want to beat the same team so bad, but you guys are playing with teammates that you just don't want to be with. And I was like, you have a point. You know, like I see where you're coming from, right? Like our goal is to beat you. Sorry. And that's like
Right.
something to
No,
flaunt about.
I know. I love that. No, I do.
But he has a point, you know, and there's been talks before me even getting Endgame together of who I wanted to pick up and this and that, and like it just never fell through. You know, like plans never fell through from the beginning, and that's how I ended up with so many players, and then cutting people, and then getting a lot of players, and now
Yeah.
it's like I cut people and that's it. Would I add more people to my roster next season? Yes. Adding those people, would it be good and beneficial to the team? Yes. Chemistry? No.
Mm.
You know, like,
Yeah.
it's just people that I want to bring in. But I know my girls that are, like, staying with me since, like, I started Endgame, they would just not be okay with it. So it's just, like, I take that into consideration, too, to where I got to keep my girls happy.
Yeah.
Because my girls have stuck with me. You know what I mean?
I get you.
Yeah, I had an issue with that. I have a friend who's a setter, and he and I are really close, but there was him and 2 of my teammates where they're just like butting heads the entire time. And right now, at that time, we only had 1 setter, and I was like, I just want a backup setter, like just in case he can't make it, something happens, he gets injured. I was like, I don't want to have to force one of us out of hitting just to set. And I'll say this on my bad, I just put him straight in, no questions asked. I didn't ask anybody. And then immediately they were like, what are you doing? Why is he in the group chat? Like, blowing me up. And I was like, so like I was on the road with him, and I was like, hey, like I'm gonna be straight up. I was like, I know I told you you were on the team, but I can't guarantee you that by the time we get back.
Yeah.
I was like,
The team itself is
I was like,
rejecting
the
you.
team overtakes you at this point.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't keep you on the team if everyone else is going to be upset about it for the rest of the season. I was like, because if I keep you on and let's say you leave, I was like, I'm going to have to deal with that mess the entire rest of the season. And I don't want to have to hear it the entire season.
Yeah.
Because I know it was my fault. And I admitted to them. We talked about it. We smoothed it over. And now we have a different setter. But the whole deal, like, the team has to come first over, like, the personal preference.
Yeah. What do you think about what do you guys think about the Spartans coming in? Like, do you guys know anything about them?
I know that they're very young. I think they're all in high school. We scrimmaged against them, and I think the coach said that they were missing a lot of their players that they're going to use for the league. So I don't know if that was like their real team or not. I mean, she just said that they were missing like 5 people, which is almost an entire team, you know?
Yeah.
So
Unless she's just trying to play the
maybe.
we're not going to be that
Maybe
great card.
She probably found out that you have to be 18 and over, and she's like, oh crap, some of these kids are 16, 17. Because
Yeah.
I think I know which kids you're talking about.
On the men's, we don't have that.
Oh, you don't? Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
we don't
then
have
never
an age
mind.
limit for the men's.
Yeah.
What?
then never
Nah, I'm
mind.
kidding. I don't even know kids that are like
So,
yeah.
I mean, they're just very young, you know?
Yeah.
So it's hard to sort of compare, you know, you have people that have been
Yeah.
playing for a long time.
Yeah, I hear you.
And I'm not one to say, you know, like who's good and not good. Like I said, I just started playing, so I don't want to be like that person that thinks they're all that.
Is that person like me? Are you calling me out right now? I'm feeling it. You
Yes,
know,
I
like
know.
I feel attention to the cameras.
No.
No, LD's competitive as heck. He's just playing down his gameplay. But are you guys disappointed that the Hawks weren't able to come in?
Yes, I actually was, just because how close I am with most of the Hawks.
Yeah.
And I know that their captain was on the way to Dallas, and I knew he wasn't going to respond in time. Like, I called him, I texted him, I was texting the people he was with, and I was like, hey, like, you need to respond, like, right now, or else y'all are going to get kicked. And then he came to me with his frustrations, and I was like, I get where you're coming from, but there's not much that we can do.
Yeah.
But they were also playing in a league in Mexico, and we were
Oh, the Reynosa League.
yeah, so they were gonna have to play in the morning, and then it was throwing off almost everyone's schedule just to have them in the league.
Yeah.
So
we
I
would
can-
have had to play at 9 in the morning still, all that stuff.
So I
Yeah.
can see where it benefits the league, but I also felt like they would have been a great asset
Yeah.
to the league also.
I mean, I hope they can come in next time, you know?
Yeah, I was already talking to him, and he was
Yeah.
like, next season, like, we're ready for it.
I'd love to have them next season. You know, it's just, and I've been through this in all my sports, football, basketball, whatever. If all the teams pay by a certain deadline that they're supposed to, I can't make an exception for a team just because of the fact that these other teams work so hard to get it in on time. And I know what it takes to come up with the money,
Yeah.
you know, for some teams. So it's like, I wouldn't be fair, you know, if I said, yeah, we'll give you as much time as you need.
I mean, that's how it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was texting you, like, every day, like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
can you give us more ways to get the money?
Yeah, yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yep.
Just because we're all, I don't want to say we're all broke college students, but that's essentially what we all were.
No, I know. I get it. I do get it. So, you know, hopefully next time we do see the Hawks, because it would have been cool to have an endgame men's team, a Hawks men's team, just like the women, Black Widows team. That Gamecocks team can be a Black Widows team in the future.
Well, I need to do the recruiting. I need to put that
I honestly
together.
don't even know who's on the end game team. I know it's Chad, but because
And Kevin.
Okay.
Kevin, I love the way Kevin plays. I'm not even mad
Well,
about
it's
it.
because we were supposed to have Kevin originally.
And then he
And then,
did.
well, because he was like, well, I'd already told Chad, but I didn't know if Chad was making a team or not.
Chad again.
So he told me yes.
Chad, his name's Chad.
So we had already
Alright.
planned for him. So we were like, great, we got Kevin. And then Kevin texted me, he's like, hey, like, I'm going to join with Chad. So we were like scrambling for another player.
Ashley messaged me, said like, hey, Chad wanted me to ask you something. I was like, where's it what? Like, what, right? I don't even talk to Chad. And then she's just like, no, he wants to know if his men's team can use Endgame, right? And I was just like, why?
He pays me.
No, like at first I was like, why, right? Like, does he really like the Endgame, or does he like our colors?
He
You know,
likes
because
the
like, there's two
uniforms.
different things.
What is
And
the
then-
end game?
It's her team.
That's my
Yeah,
sir. What the fuck? Do you know who the fuck I
You
am?
said, do they really like the end game?
The way
So
you
I was
said it too,
wondering if
who's
there
the
was,
end
like,
game?
something
Oh,
else
no.
that was
No,
called,
like
the
Endgame, like the
team.
name Endgame,
okay.
or like the movie. You know, people ask me like, how'd you get the team name, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, I literally just looked on Google like for badass names, you
Yeah.
know, and then I saw Endgame and I was like, that's badass because we're gonna end the motherfucking game. You know what I mean? I mean, not against
Period.
Sonya's team, but
Here we go.
No, for me, ended the game.
I swear.
weren't you in the tournament in Mexico?
No, I was there. I was there. I was
No,
there.
like,
Oh,
like get out. You know the sip I gave you earlier? Give it
Dude,
back.
Seriously, championship game, guys. It was a championship
Dude,
game.
and we
Against
had
us.
just
She dislocated
fucking,
her whole knee.
Wait, okay, it's not it was my patella. first of
Patella,
all.
okay.
No, dude, that's because, let me tell you that day, okay? I was fucking speeding because I had went out the night before, right? So I was speeding to get to the fucking game on time, and we played Hawks, right? And Hawks is like our other competition. So we needed to win that game because we had already lost the one before. So, like, in our mind, like, there's Sonia's team, right? And then there's also the Hawks. Like, the Hawks
It's
is
your
like,
rival.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
That's
the
y'all's
Hawks,
rival.
I don't know what it is with them two.
I don't know
Y'all's
either.
rival.
Like, no, like, if you see us play, like, okay, like,
It's a great game.
if you
It's a great
see-
game to watch.
Yeah,
I
like,
saw
if you-
one of their games last season.
if
It was
you
like
see-
the tension you could
Yeah,
feel.
Yes.
if you
Yeah, it's
see
like they hate each
Endgame
other.
versus
Yeah.
Sonia's team, it's like, okay, like, it can either be like, what is it called? Like, done. Like,
Yeah.
they're gonna fucking murder us, or like, it's gonna go like, you know, mellow. or if you see them with the Hawks, the same thing. It could be a blowout, or it can be like, mellow. And then if you see like us and the Hawks, it's like point for point.
Yeah,
Like
this is back
we
and
like
forth.
neck and neck, like every time. And it's like one will win the first set, the other one wins the second set, and like the third set. Every season, 3 sets.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But not this season,
not
right?
this season. I don't think so. No, this season, we're coming for you. Oh my God.
Oh, damn.
Wait,
Let me
Wait a minute.
let me message my girls. Girls, don't worry about what I said.
Jose's editing that part.
I said, taking it out. I promise. You can leave it. I mean, what are you
Yeah,
gonna do? Hit the ball at me, and I'm gonna pick it up.
I hear you.
Or dislocate your
No.
knee.
So let me go back. What did he say?
He said, or
dislocate your knee again.
Yeah, what the fuck? I was literally coming up the stairs, and I was, who are you laughing at? You helped me. No, let me finish.
We actually brought our paramedic here in case that
Yeah,
happens.
just in case.
So, here to the podcast.
Dude, the stairs. I told him when I was coming up the stairs, I was like, dude,
The rain is
you don't have an elevator? Like, I would have died coming back down. I was like, I play tomorrow, right? He's like, wear a brace. I was like, oh my God. Okay, so anyways. So that day, like, I was speeding to get, like, to the game on time, right? I fucking run out of gas on the fucking expressway. And I was just like, bro, what the fuck, right? So, like, I don't want to tell my dad because, like, my dad's real, like, dude, you need gas. Like.
Shout out G-Force Roofing.
G-Force Roofing, Father Fred. Anyways, and I was like, Mom, don't tell my dad, but I fucking ran out of gas, right? But she didn't have her phone.
Oh my God.
So then I told my best friend, right? I was like, dude, like, can you come pick me up? She's like, what do you mean? I just got to the gym. I was like, no, like, I need you to come pick me up and, like, take me to the game. And she's like, dude, well, my parents are on the way. Thankful for our parents. Love you guys. They're like my second family. They fucking picked me up. I was in front of, where is it? Red Lobster. They fucking picked me up, and they fucking took me to the game. And I got there, and I was like, oh, my God. Like, my mind was already everywhere because my dad was, like, literally right behind me. So I was like, dude, imagine, like, if he was literally, like, on my ass and he would have saw me pull over. Like, I would have got my ass beat on the expressway before I got to the game. Probably wouldn't have made the game. So then, whatever, get to the game, play, and then that was, like, the tournament. So we had to, like, play, like, till we won. So then we played Hawks, and it was, like, a hard, like, we needed to fucking win or we were out.
Yeah.
We ended up winning, but it was, like, the toughest game. Like, I kid you not. And I had complained to my parents. I was like, dude, like, my knees hurt, right? But I was like, I went out last night, I was twerking, whatever. So I was like, it's normal. My knees, they hurt, whatever, okay? I'm just getting old.
She had Megan knees one day.
So then, dislocating knees the next. So then, I told my mom,
ran out of
like,
gas too.
You got worn out.
wait, shut up. I'm spilling my heart out. So then, like, I tell my mom, right, like, my knees hurt, and she's like, was she, like, I told her, like, in the restroom, like, Mom, my fucking car, she's like, I didn't see it, where is it? I was like, it's on the fucking expressway. Like, I fucking ran out of gas. She got mad at me, whatever, and she's like, let's go. So my dad's like, where are you guys going? And I was like, I'm going to go get, like, some, like, Tylenol so I can, like, take it because my knees hurt. And he's like, oh, okay. But my dad's, like, the type that he's somewhere, he's not going to fucking leave. If he leaves, he's not coming back. So we took the truck, whatever, and then we bought a gas tank, and we put gas in it, and then I put the gas tank inside my best friend's truck so that after the game she could take me to go pick up my car, and my dad was never going to, like, all this shit happened before I dislocated my knee, okay? So we go back, championship game, going to play her. So imagine, like, I'm thinking about all this shit, didn't get the fucking Tylenol or nothing for my knees, ignoring the whole thing. Start playing, and I just take one step, boom, the bitch comes out.
That was the second set, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the
in the
second set.
second set, yeah.
And mind you, we had just got, like, it was a blowout the first set. And, like, in my mentality, like, we were going to fucking win the second one, right? No, my niece said no. My niece said no. But then I get in the ambulance or whatever, right? And I just see everybody walking out, and, like, they're waving at me and, like, smiling and shit. Like, my team, right?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, they finished the game already? Then they're messaging me, and I was like, what happened to the game? And they're like, oh, like, we just stopped. What the fuck do you mean just fucking
I know,
stop?
that's what
like,
I said too.
I was like,
that's not what you would have wanted.
I was like, my knee fucking came out and you guys fucking stopped. Like, my knee came out playing the fucking game that I wanted to win and you left.
And me,
They needed you.
I don't
Me
give a
all-
fuck what they need.
me all asshole.
They needed to keep
I
playing.
put a post with Caitlin, rematch in 2 hours or something like that. Yeah.
Dude, no. I like put like a cute post about my team, like a team picture and like a big like thank you girls or whatever. My dad commented, yeah, I was gonna treat you guys out, but Caitlin had to ruin like the plans.
Wow.
Because I was in the fucking hospital, fucking putting my knee
your
back into
car?
place. Oh, wait.
What about the car?
The car ended
That's what you care about,
up.
not
So my best
good.
friend.
He's like, wait a minute, this story's going off.
She doesn't need a brace anymore. She's
No,
good.
so my dad still didn't know about it when I was in the ambulance, and my mom told my best friend, like, here are her keys, like, take a player. So my cousin was playing on the team at the time. Took my cousin, put gas in my car, my cousin took the car to my house. So, Jenna, you're a real MVP. Sorry you're not on the team anymore, but whatever.
I'm gonna say two things here.
Jesus Christ.
They love me, it's okay. But yeah, she took my car home, and then my dad, I don't think he knows I ran out of gas. And I think maybe one time I was drunk and I told him, but he was drunk, so he didn't,
Remember.
remember.
Put two and two
Yeah, and he's just like, okay, like she's ran out of gas before, so.
Well, he knows now.
Well, I don't, Dad, keep sponsoring us.
Sponsored by G-Force. Two things, look.
Now sponsored by X.
On your team, you want to know who my favorite player on your team is?
If it's not me, I don't want to know.
I got a favorite player on your team
It better be me, I swear to God.
because I think she's a hidden talent that no one really like
Oh, I
recognizes.
already know who it is.
Wait,
already know
I want to
who it is.
guess.
Okay, please
Yeah.
say.
Esmer's not on my team anymore, so it's not her, right?
That is. Why you gotta laugh like that?
I don't want to sound like that, but
Okay,
That was
wait.
dirty.
Dude. I'm going to get kicked out the open gym group
My
chat.
favorite player on your team. She's
Wait. I'm going to guess. I want to guess. We're all going to guess. Well, you guys maybe not.
I don't know.
We're going to guess. You
No,
know
I already know who it is.
Why, you fucking talked about it or what?
No. I already know.
Okay.
No, I make it known. I can tell you who my favorite player is on every team.
How
on every team.
How many seasons has she's played?
I think she's played for a couple, but like she stood out to me last season. She stood out to me to where I was like, you know what? When you actually pay attention to this girl, she's all over the damn place. She's always hustling. But the biggest thing to me was she's very smart how she plays. She's very, like, she's a trickster. She's smart.
I think all the girls on my team are kind of airheaded. I'm just kidding. And she's like, is she a starter? Is she an all-around player?
She's an all-around.
Can't guess.
All around?
Because she's got a lot of good girls. She's got a lot of good girls. Yeah.
Dude, I'm endgame.
I know, that's why I was
They
like, she
literally
has
grabbed, like,
14
players from
girls
the
to
other
choose
teams.
from.
Shut up.
I think people underestimate her a whole lot.
Is it Mel? No,
No.
Mel's not all around. Is it Ashley?
Ashley.
I love Ashley. I've only
Yeah.
played with her one season. She's coming back.
Yeah.
If you take her, I swear to God, I'm going to cry.
No.
I'm going to cry.
Okay.
Ashley, I noticed how she plays, and I'm like, you know what? She's a fucking great player.
Yeah, she was an
Yeah.
awesome add-on, and I'm glad she stuck with us.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
she gets her IQ from Yvonne.
No,
'Cause
and I love that because they all, like, if you start, like, I used to play at the rancho with them when I first started. And they were there, like, day and night. Like, they were there all the time. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck are these people? You know, like, they're so fucking good, whatever. And Ashley was, like, little. I think she was, like, a junior, maybe even a sophomore. And she was, like, fucking, like, picking up the balls from the guy. Like, she was
Yeah.
fucking good. And, like, I see her now. And now I see Kevin coming, like, growing up.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, dude, like, that family. Well, I don't know about everybody else, right? Because I've seen the sister play, but it's, like, here and there moments. It's not, like, consistently how I see Ivan and Ashley and Kevin play. But them three together, they dominate. Like, they really do. And I could say that because Ivan played on my team today.
That's
And he
cool.
was just, like, a random, like, hey, I need a guy. Do you want to play? I didn't want a guy,
Yeah.
but I needed a guy.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, fuck it. And he fucking, like, shut that shit down.
Yeah. No, I think Yvonne's one of the smarter players in the league for sure.
That's that Yvonne's his brother, her brother.
Yeah.
Yvonne is the older brother to Kevin and Ashley.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Kevin's playing in the league, too.
Yeah, Kevin's with Chad,
Yeah.
and then Yvonne's on Angel's team.
And Chad's Ashley's boyfriend, right? Something like
Yes.
that. Okay.
Oh, my God, they're keeping it all together.
Yeah, it's all together. I got a pop quiz for y'all.
I don't want to do it. I
Who
suck at
is
this.
who is the one team? You already know, so don't say it. Who's the one team that has beaten the Black Widows in the last 3 seasons? You don't even know it, huh?
Wait. Oh, my God. I know.
Who?
What the fuck are they called? Because they had a fucking forfeit.
But we still played with 3 and we won.
So look, the rule is check it out. The rule is this: if you got 4 players, you can go, right? They didn't have their 4 players to start off the game.
A win is a
Thanks,
win.
Jalissa.
A win is a win.
No, I
give them
agree.
props.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, hey, I got to call the game. Even if they wanted to go, I can't. I still got to. I was like, you guys can still play, but it's already a victory for the Ball Busters.
Yeah.
The Ball Busters have the worst record in the league.
Oh, that's
right?
fucked up to say on
Yeah.
camera.
No, but
I mean,
the team you probably least expected to get the victory, they got the victory.
but I had told him because it was me, our libero, and Laura Mendoza. I was like, dude, I'm not gonna. We didn't come this way. And one girl from their team is from Harlingen, so I was like, I mean, do y'all still want to play for fun? It's up worth it, whatever. And I swear, well, we won both sets with 3 girls, but I've never. We never played so defensively because they would like tip.
The best
throw
in
the
them came out with
corner.
those 3.
Yeah, and we were everywhere. And I was like, did you get all that? I actually wanted to see that game. He's like, no, I didn't record anything. I was like, oh, okay. No one's going to believe me.
What's the wildest game you guys have ever played, even if it's not a TVS? Just anything stand out to you guys as far as best games you've ever seen, best?
Well, when it comes to best games we've ever seen, when I was living in San Antonio, there's a sports complex called Platinum, and they have like divisions just like NAGLA and USAV. And I went to go watch an A-team play. So like there's B, double B, A, double A. I think I might have them flipped, but it was like the top division.
Yeah.
And their middle blocker was like 6'10",
Damn.
like 265. Like he was huge, and he was literally like, this was the net. His entire like armpit was like over it.
Wow.
And then you just see like the other blocker, and he's just like this. Like this was the height difference. It's like it was just insane. And then just seeing like huge players play.
Yeah.
And then like I watch a lot of beach volleyball too, and you see like how high those dudes get.
Yeah.
And it's just insane. Like how
Yeah.
like you don't see it here, but once you travel to like bigger cities, like especially in Houston has a lot of great players. Like just everywhere.
I agree. I know some players in San Antonio that are pretty damn tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You, LD, nothing stand out to you?
LD's like, I am the 6'10" player.
No,
He's like, I'm the
so,
one he's talking
like,
about.
Going to what he said, I'm tall for here, for the Valley. So when I've always played like in the recreational leagues or the co-ed leagues or really anywhere here, I'm always one of the tall ones. But then I went to NAGVA twice, and I played middle blocker when I went, and I'm short like over there, or like there's guys that are like 5 inches taller than me, 6 inches taller than me. So it was different for sure. I still had a lot of fun either way.
Yeah. If you guys didn't play volleyball, what sport would you play? And then also, what sport would you never play? Like, sport you think sucks?
Believe it or not, disregarding my needs, I was like the shit at soccer. In high school, I was a varsity freshman, and I was the shit. When I say the shit, like, I can fucking kick.
Yeah.
Now, if I kick a ball, like, all my ligaments are going to tear out. I don't know.
She doesn't have any more ligaments anymore.
They're, like, already, like, crossed and shit. I don't know. Anyways, right now, I recently, not recently, like, a little over a year, joined the adult softball.
Oh, cool.
And I have fun. So I think if I wasn't doing volleyball, I would be doing softball because I'm doing softball year round.
Cool. And what's the sport that you're like,
never
nah,
do?
fuck that sport?
Fucking tennis, dude. No, not tennis. Basketball. Fuck that. That's a lot of running. Like, if you think soccer's a lot, it's different because it's long distance.
Yeah.
And basketball is like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Like, fuck no.
Who the fuck plays tennis anyway?
Angel,
Oh, okay.
disrespect.
I get you.
I
I
was
get
about to
you. I said that on purpose. What about you, Sonia?
I wouldn't play golf, but my second sport was swimming. I loved swimming. I was actually like a really good swimmer, but
That's
volleyball,
cool.
that's it, right? So yeah, I probably, if not swimming, then probably tennis with my husband, but swimming. Yeah.
I hear you. Okay.
Well, the question you had asked them about like the game stuff, there was one that stuck to me because
Like wild game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, which actually happened a few months ago.
Was it ours? Oh my God. Was
No,
it
no, no,
ours?
no, no, no. It was in Mexico, and I thought like, for me, watching was like the best game I've seen, because you would think the top dogs, which they were, like if you in the volleyball community in Mexico, if you train in Monterrey, if you're a Tigre, like you're gonna be an Olympian, you're gonna be in a national team, like that just how it is. Like they breed you to play like the sport for the Olympics.
Right.
So their volleyball team, like mind you, these are like 6'3", 6'4" girls. So they were playing against a team that my team always plays against. And like they're very competitive, very defensive. All of them were below 5'10". Their middle blocker, which was their tallest, was like 5'10". And everybody was below that. Like I'm talking like 5'6", 5'3".
Wow.
All of them. So, you know, this was the semifinals. My team already qualified to finals. So we were like, fuck, we're going to play the Tigres. So here we were like mentally preparing for that team. So the game continues. It starts, and the baby team, well, they're not babies, but like the small team was just finding holes and making the tall girls move, their libero move. Like it was and they
it was
won
thrilling.
They won in 3 sets, and everybody, it's because before, you know, they came in all like,
they won in
it's
3
gonna
sets?
be easy. Yeah, it was
shit.
really tough. But the first set was 27, 25.
Okay.
The second set was the exact same but flipped. And the third set, they won 15-13. But like after the game, 3 girls went to the coach.
Right.
And they were like, so we're not good enough to play on your team because I remember applying. And just because we're not tall, well, we beat what you recruited. And I was mind blown because I was like, dude, that was awesome.
Payback.
Yeah, like, I mean, we beat them, but like, they had to play us after, and like we beat them in 2 sets. But I was like, dude, I feel like you all won because they went all out in that game, and I knew against us, like they were tired.
Yeah.
But it was the best game I've ever seen.
Wow. That is cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
So it's like height doesn't really matter, just how smart you are.
Yeah.
Because they outsmarted them. It was crazy.
Smarts and chemistry. Oh yeah. Guys, if you weren't playing volleyball, what would you play in? What's the worst sport that you hate?
I mean, I'm really glad I found the sport. I'm so happy I found it. I don't know what other sport I would do growing up. My parents tried to put me in sports.
Just weren't feeling it.
Huh?
You just weren't feeling it with some sports.
Being gay and just like being around all the guys and being like picked on, I just feel like I never could be like my full potential, I guess, or like my full self. And
you didn't feel like you fit in sometimes?
Right. Or
Gotcha.
I just didn't like being in those spaces, you know, where I could be, you know, sort of singled out or like made fun of or picked on. And I mean, I wasn't always like this, you know, tall person that I am, you know, so I was smaller when I was younger. And I mean, I played baseball, I played basketball, I did track, cross country. I wasn't naturally like an athletic person all my life. My brother also, you know, he's 6'2", also played baseball, played college. So we're like naturally athletic.
Yeah, you have athleticism in your family.
Right. So, and I'm naturally coordinated, so it's easy for me to like pick up things, but I feel like I just didn't want to be like in those spaces, like I said, like where I could potentially be, you know, put on the spot or asked questions or anything. So if I had to pick a sport, I mean, I would say, I guess maybe like tennis is a lot of fun. I've played before.
That's cool.
I really like track. I was very fast always. I loved to run growing up. I was in cross country also, but cross country wasn't like, I didn't feel threatened in that sport because it's mostly like you're on your own, you know, you're just running for miles. So you're not like in a group with a lot of guys. The team was always, or like the cross country team was always like maybe 6 or 7 guys. So it wasn't like a large like football, you know, for example, where you're in a locker room with like 50 people.
Yeah.
So probably, I wouldn't say that I would never play football, but I just probably wouldn't want to be like in that situation, I guess. All my friends growing up were like female. I was in band also growing up.
Cool. What instrument did you play?
I played the trumpet.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were going to say trombone.
Man.
No, I played the trumpet and I was in mariachi also. in mariachi, also in high school as well. So
Yeah.
I guess
We just have an inside joke. We have a friend, Julissa, who likes to play the trombone a lot.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
No, not the trombone. I play the trumpet in mariachi and in band, and yeah.
Cool. That's awesome, man.
I mean, I always loved volleyball, and I mean, actually, like, I knew who Sonia was before getting into this older, because I went to VMHS, so like she was there while I was there, and so
Was my mom your teacher by any chance?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I knew like Audrey was in your team. She was in mariachi, so like I
Yeah.
was sort of like in the same at school at the same time as her.
Yeah.
But yeah.
See, that's a unique thing you've talked about. And I think, I don't know if you guys remember when I first created the chat, I talked about how, growing up, especially in my time, if someone was gay, they wouldn't even say they were gay.
Yeah.
Just because of all the ignorance and the stupidity, right?
Just the backlash.
Yeah, exactly. And
I mean, I didn't come out until I was out of college, so like I never told anybody until I was 24, I think.
Yeah.
Just for the same reasons.
That sucks because, like you said, you have athleticism, right? You might have been really good at a certain sport, but just the not wanting to be there because of the pressure you felt. You never know. You could have been a great athlete in football or something else. Where, if you wouldn't have felt so uncomfortable, you might have excelled there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But times have changed, right? It's 2023.
Right. Well, it's time to.
Now you're excelling in volleyball.
Yeah.
Period.
Now it's Pride Month.
It's Pride Month too. Yeah.
Happy
Yeah.
Pride
Happy
Month.
Pride Month, guys.
Cheers.
Happy Pride Month.
Let's do that.
Happy Pride Month. I know I threw all the guys off. There was you know my humor. I think when we first started our chat, I put no gays allowed.
Oh yeah, and I was like,
Just
you
because I
just
knew like almost all the league was
I
gay.
was like, you just wiped out like half the league.
I wiped out like
75%.
3/4 of my team already.
You see TVS is no longer
Yeah, you just
TVS.
see. I don't know.
Yeah, so
But I feel like we bring like fun to the court, Like, I mean, I don't
Sure.
play with like a lot of straight guys. I think there's only like 3 out of 9 in my team.
yeah,
But I feel like the yelling, that all of that is like, it's just fun,
yeah, for sure.
Oh, always.
I love that about volleyball. Having managed multiple leagues of different sports, volleyball is the most soothing to me. Like,
Which
as
is
a
your favorite
favorite what?
sport that you like?
Honestly,
It better be volleyball. If not, I'm leaving.
Honestly-
I'm going down all those stairs.
football was my bread and butter. Right, it's the heart of what I love. Baseball, believe it or not, is my favorite sport. But volleyball, now that I've learned and seen this community, I've fallen in love with this community, to be honest with you.
With the community or with us?
With all of y'all, man. Volleyball is such a smooth sport. And I will say that at some point, I will shift to making volleyball the premier sport here at Texas Valley Sports.
Well, you should.
Yep, at some
you should
point.
put Endgame on the cover.
We're gonna have, after this season, we're gonna have a follow-up question for you, which is like, you said you have a favorite for every team, like
Oh,
on
cool.
the women's, and I
Yeah.
need to
Well,
shout
he said
out
he
on
had
the
a favorite
men's.
player.
Yeah, a favorite player on each team. So now I'm saying, like, for the men's league, you will see who you choose.
Yeah. And when I say favorite player, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the best player. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have to like the best player on your team. That person's already liked enough. Trust me. It's sometimes that one person who is just they do these random things that are so awesome for the team. That's who I like. Those are the players that I tend to like. So,
The spark plugs.
yeah, the spark plugs, the guys that just do these awesome things for the team. That might not be the best player on the team, but they're part of that chemistry.
They bring something.
I like highly agree. Like, cause sometimes the best player, it's like everyone's expecting that best player to obviously
Perform.
do their best.
Yeah.
And then when they don't, it's just like you believed in like in the person, and you need to also believe that they have bad days. You know what I mean? Like, you
course.
can't always depend on that person to be 100%. Because
Yep.
we don't know what someone's going through or what's going on in their life. You know what I mean? Like, they can be
And at
having
the end of
the
day, it's a
worst.
sport, and we
thing.
all have lives outside of the
Exactly.
league.
Funny thing, man, and I'm definitely gonna get to you here pretty soon because I know how. You know what? Let's do that first. I'm gonna talk about something interesting here pretty soon, but let's get your answer on what's your favorite sport, or what's the sport you would play if not volleyball.
Well, in high school, I did baseball and wrestling.
Okay.
It's like those were like my two things.
Yeah.
So and my favorite sport to play is baseball. Like
Cool,
just all
okay.
around just baseball. But I hate golf. Like watching
Okay.
it, playing it, even mini golf, I can't stand it. It's just like it'll go in the hole and it's just I can't.
Yeah.
And I'm a very impatient person.
Yeah.
When it
There's
comes
like
to,
8 guys
sports.
playing too, and you got to just wait.
Yeah, and you're just like waiting.
Yeah.
But like growing up, like I have family in Chicago, so like every time we go to Chicago, it was always a Cubs game every time I went.
Yeah.
So just like being around baseball a lot.
It's
my
my
whole
favorite
life.
baseball team, by the way. Yeah.
But so just being around baseball my whole life, like baseball's like my favorite sport to like play and watch.
That's so awesome, man.
That's my brother's and my dad's also. I mean, my brother plays, so. And
Yeah.
He played since T-ball. I played since T-ball, but then I stopped like after junior high.
I like going to baseball games. I like going because
It's
I
real
like to
cool.
get drunk.
But I recruited.
Yeah, that's those are good
Sponsored
for
by
that.
White Claw.
All right.
Definitely good for
Not
that.
the mango because I don't like mango, but I'm drinking mango anyway. Ah,
That's
No,
what
but
we
something
had.
special that I was going to say too here is that
people that like it.
just throughout, I know when the pandemic hit, because I've always been telling everybody like TVS don't make a whole lot of money here. Like this is not what makes me money. I do this as a hobby. But a big reason why I do it is because there's a lot of people who need sports, and I always harp on. There's people that are troubled. There's people that need to release their stress, and they do it through sports, right? And it showed in the pandemic. When the pandemic hit, I had players murdered because they weren't at our games. They were out in the streets doing stuff, or just at the wrong place at the wrong time. They got murdered on the nights they were supposed to play games. So that's very impactful for me, right? And that's why I do this. But also on the volleyball side, I realized I've had people message me, you won't believe which girls, and I can't say, right? But some girls have messaged me saying, hey, thank you for doing this. If you don't do this volleyball thing, I would have killed myself. I was at the verge of ending my life. But you started volleyball, and I jumped in. And that's impactful for me. That's why it's like, dang, this doesn't make me any money, but I got to keep doing this. Because if not, I feel like I'm letting people down.
Yeah.
So I thought that was something special to say just because, I guess we do make a difference here doing what we do. So.
Well, I think especially regarding mental health,
Yeah.
especially being like in like a Mexican community, especially here,
Mm-hmm.
you don't talk about your mental health. Like you keep it to yourself,
Correct.
you bottle it up, and then once you explode, people just are like, well, why didn't you say anything before?
Yeah.
Or like, you didn't tell anybody. So it's like,
Yeah.
I think now mental health is becoming more prominent. Like,
Yeah.
taking those mental health days from work, from school. Like me being a student, I say I want to kill myself every week. Homework, exams, everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm glad that people here specifically are starting to take it more seriously.
Agreed.
Because it's a serious thing. Like,
Yeah.
depression's real. It's not something you can just take a pill and it goes away.
Yeah. Or if you, I know growing up in my time, like if you even said, hey, I'm going to see a psychologist, they were like, man, you're crazy, bro. Like,
Yeah.
So people kept it to themselves, right?
Yeah.
I hear you, what you're saying there. Crazy.
I mean, it definitely helps playing, like after a long day of work or whatever, or, you had a really rough day and sort of just forget about things in the real world for a little bit.
I mean, especially if you're playing
Yeah.
with, like, your friends.
Absolutely.
Because, like, not everybody has the time to, like, go out drinking or, like, go all that. But if you can find time to just get together with some of your closest friends and just do something together.
Yeah.
And if it's volleyball, then that's great. But there's also, like, so many other things.
Yeah. No, and then there's that factor of, how we do our games live, at least most of them. It's so cool to, after the game, you can get together with your girls or your guys and go do a barbecue and then turn on YouTube and rewatch yourselves play. Like, I think that part is
I've
awesome.
never thought of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
Girl, I already planned that.
yeah.
I mean, like some of my team went to 76 when they would go play it.
Yeah.
And then we got,
Yeah. So that's the other thing.
Aye.
76 on Wednesdays would play the games, and girls would go rewatch it. We would invite some of the girls, and y'all would go rewatch it every now and then.
For the league, because I just thought what he was saying, well, what you both were saying, is like, for me, I think this league is the only time where I feel in volleyball where I can have fun and mess up without being. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I mess up, people will be like, "Oh, ha, Sonia messed up," whatever. But like
never me.
Never me. But in the league,
recording.
no. But like in the league, it's where like for me personally, it's like, oh, like I don't care.
Yeah.
But as for like my job is volleyball. I can't afford to mess up because everyone's always watching, or if I mess up, somebody can take my place like that. So I always feel like I have to be serious. I have to be, I wouldn't say perfect either, because volleyball is a game of mistakes. So you're eventually going to make one.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, like fixing those mistakes. And always at TVS, I'm like, okay, if I make a mistake, who gives a shit? Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna sub me out?
Yeah.
you know. So.
And I think for you, it's like, because you train a lot of girls. They're minors, right? They're under 18. But here's now a place where you can continue to work with them after they're out of school, right? After they're, you know.
Mia Mata being one of them.
Mia Mata
My
is a beast.
I thought, oh my gosh, she signed for volleyball. No, she signed for
No.
soccer.
She's actually well, she did sign for soccer, but I talked to another coach for her to go to volleyball, so she has a tryouts in 2 weeks.
Okay, so she's doing like walk on.
No. Like she'll get a scholarship for volleyball.
Yeah.
Well, if she does well, in 2 weeks. Yeah.
All right, guys. So thank you, everybody, for coming on the show. I really enjoy all of you guys' input. I plan to have you guys back at some point in the future again. And once again, thank you guys. I mean, do you guys have anything, last words to say before we leave?
Good luck to everyone tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it's so exciting. It's like it's your first game. Are you guys excited? It's like the first season for you guys.
Yeah. Well, is this the first competitive men's league like here in the Valley?
Actually, I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've been telling everyone.
Yeah.
So
you heard it. I mean, TVS doing a first time thing again. You know, I can't wait. It's this will be aired on Sunday, so here in a bit, you're gonna watch some games at 11 in the morning. So, guys, thank you for coming on the show.
yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and that's a wrap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I like this one right here. C-Paul, turn me up real quick, cuz. Yeah. Hey, yo, Jay, let me talk to you real quick.